Good morning, guys. Welcome to another vlog. You guys would be thinking that why did my morning start so early? So today is the day. It's going to be rather a long day for me, where we would be traveling from Chennai to my hometown. I would not be able to shoot much on the way because I'll be traveling with my sister. She's also coming with me to my hometown. At the end of the trip, I will try to give you guys a summary of how the route was, how much time. So 5 o'clock, the time now is 5 o'clock, is when I left my home. So that's in Thuraipakkam. So I will give you an update on which way I took, plus how is the way, and also the most awaited crossing of the border. Crossing of the border is not a big deal normally, but due to the COVID, let me find out what are the formalities there. I've already taken an e-pass from COVID Jagrata website. That's Kerala government website. I had to apply for a e-pass. I would be first heading towards the Kochi side because my sister has to be dropped there. Best option while you're moving from Chennai, if you are traveling to Kochi side, is to take the Valaya checkpost. Map is showing about 12 hours time to reach Cochin. So as I said, guys, I could not do much of vlogging while I was traveling because the constraint of me traveling with sister, and when brother and sister travel together, I'm sure there's a lot to talk. So eventually what I'm trying to do is I'm doing a voiceover after the whole journey is completed, because I wanted you guys to have a complete information of how the travel was. So if you're traveling from Chennai, you majorly have three options to hit Kochi. So one is the road which is going through Villipuram, then hitting the Salem, Andy Road, and then Coimbatore and so on. The second one is from Chennai you go through Vellore. So this also meets somewhere in Salem. So this also route meets in Salem. And the third one is you take the route which is through Villipuram, and there's a place called Ulundrupet, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, area. You can hit straight and it would be going through Perambalur, and finally you hit Coimbatore and so on. So that is the three ways. So out of the three ways, I took the one which is coming through Villipuram. From Ulundrupet area, you take a right and it goes through Chinna Salem, Attur, and then all the way till Salem. And from Salem, it's the same way. From Salem it goes through Perundurai, Avinashi, Coimbatore. You don't get into the city of Coimbatore, but passing via that area and all the way till you enter Kerala through Valaya. So this is the route which I took. I did not face much of a problem while in the highway. So we took the Chennai Nagapattinam Theni highway first. The roads were beautiful. There was not much of traffic in the morning, except some trucks on the road. That's basically the traffic you get. Then we hit the NH32, and there also the roads were well maintained. And there's nothing much to complain on those areas. There's nothing much to see as well. So I would say the first leg of the journey was for about 2 hours. So we took the first break after 2 hours. So that was somewhere in a place called Thenpakkam. There is this particular place which you guys will be seeing. It is called 99 Kilometer Coffee Shop. This is something. It's a big restaurant on the way, and this is something which you cannot miss. So guys, this is the first pit stop. This is the 99 kilometer Coffee Magic. So you can see the place. It's a beautiful pit stop. It's starting from Chennai. This is the first stop. The time now is 8:45. It's a pretty cloudy day. So we have just stopped for a coffee break. Once that is done, we would be proceeding again. So after a quick washroom as well as a coffee break, we start the journey again. So we are going through the Tindivanam Villupuram route, which goes all the way till Salem. So we took the route. In this stretch also, traffic was not much because it is still in the morning time. There are small stretches of road which is having construction, but nothing which delays your journey. The things which I want to say in this particular route is it is very lonely. Lonely, I would say, because there's nothing much to see. The roads are straight. The roads are wonderful. You can just zoom past. But restaurants are very very less on these major stretch of the road. So you need to have the homework done. Either plan your breaks accordingly that you know which place you will be halting for lunch. Otherwise, you will reach a long stretch of road where there will be no restaurant. That's one thing you need to look out for. And second, please carry your own water if that is possible. It is not that there are no restaurants or shops which is there in the road to get water. There is enough and more. Almost all the toll junctions will have a restaurant or a halt place, and all these toll junctions have a washroom which is by the side, which is pretty neatly maintained. So there's enough and more places for you to go for a washroom break. There's nothing to worry. So finally, it was almost around 1:30. We were badly looking for a place for lunch. So we reached a place called Avinashi. So on the roadside, we saw a restaurant called Cafe Udupi Ruchi. So that was looking very good. It had a large parking area, and the restaurant also looked pretty decent. So we stopped at Udupi restaurant, Udupi Ruchi. Exact place, I'm not sure. But I can see in the map that Coimbatore is very nearby, and Valaya checkpost is about 1 hour from here. 1 hour 10 minutes or something. So once we reach the Valaya checkpost, we'll find out what are the procedures. Hopefully should be reaching Cochin by 5:30. So now the time is 1:30. So we stopped here by 1 o'clock, took a half an hour break for lunch, then stretching the legs and moving on. It's very very hot. The temperature inside the car is showing around 32, but I'm sure it is much hotter outside. Very sunny. So once we reach there, we'll understand how things go. So that's the status update. We'll see you soon. Bye. Only options available was thali as well as some veg options of sandwich. So my sister had one thali and I had one veg sandwich. If you ask me, do I suggest this place if you travel? Probably not. Not because the restaurant is bad. The only problem was most of the things were not available for lunch. Dosas and chaats and all of these things are not available. Maybe because of the pandemic. So there are other options you can go. We took NH 544. So this is basically a highway stretching all the way till Cochin. It's about 340 kilometers. From that place, Valaya took about 1.5 hours to reach. So one typical thing which I observed while I crossed Valaya, or especially Kerala, was the roads became a little narrower. I got a lot of bad stretches of road. That's something which I observed. And the traffic, I don't know what happened suddenly when I moved from Tamil Nadu to Kerala. I suddenly understood when I crossed the border the traffic increased a lot. So now the question about what happened at the border, or what happened while I entered Valaya. So I was going by the road. I had seen feedbacks from people who have traveled before. I understood there is a by lane which takes you to the health check post, where you have to basically show your pass, your vehicle details, and your number. That's about it. So I was expecting that, but when I went, I could not see any barricades. I could not see any deviation, happening there, which takes you to the health check counter. So I slowed down near the check post area, and I saw none of the vehicles going towards the health check post area or the health check counters. All of them were going straight. So basically, to answer the question of what happened in Valaya is nothing. There was no checks. I just rode past it. There's no police. There's no health officials checking it. There's no all the way till Cochin or all the way to my home. There was no checking at all. And finally, I reached Cochin by around 5:45. So if you were to ask me to sum up the entire journey, from Chennai all the way till Cochin, if you're traveling all the way till Cochin, you will get about 14 toll plazas. This is excluding at least 2 or 3 toll plazas which is closed at the moment. So basically, they're not taking any money there. The ones which took the money is about 14, which I counted. The total toll plaza amount was about 805 rupees. One major difference I observed while I entered Kerala is one at the Walia checkpost itself. There was a huge board of cautions and what care you need to take, especially during this pandemic. They have strictly mentioned that you need to wear mask at all times. I want to commend that in Tamil Nadu while I was traveling all these way. I saw a lot of stretches where people were not wearing masks. There was even a big market, I do not recollect the name, but there was a big market where none of them were wearing masks. So I was pretty scared seeing that situation there. So while I entered Kerala, everyone, I did not even see one person not wearing a mask. So guys, I'm editing this vlog almost after 2 weeks since I've reached back home, which is well past my quarantine time. I saw while editing, I'm really sorry. I know I've already told I'm doing a voiceover because I could not do much of vlogging. However, I could hear a lot of disturbances. I'm really sorry for that. Please bear with me. It's 2 weeks past since I've come here. My quarantine time is almost over, or it's already over. Till now, no health officials have called me so far to check on me about my health conditions or ask me to do a test. However, what I want to urge every one of you, especially at this moment where India is opening up, the world is opening up around, there's a huge social responsibility on all of us. No matter where you are coming from, irrespective whether you were exposed or you may be at the best of the health, probably the chances are that you are immune. The case may not be the same for your near and dear ones sitting at home. My humble suggestion is do not take a chance. It's not worth being sorry later, especially when it comes to your near and dear. Request every one of you to stay safe. It's a great feeling when no one is calling or an authority is not calling and checking on you. You feel that you are free. There's a feeling of ease. But nevertheless, when something goes down south, it is not easy for any one of us. It is just you and me who have to run for our near and dear ones. There'll be no one else. With that said, thank you so much for all the love and support you guys have been showing in my past vlogs. I know I'm not being very regular. It's just for the reason of my sister. That's the reason I've come back to my hometown. So pretty occupied with all the arrangements. So whenever I get a chance, I shall put another vlog and meet you guys there. So thank you once again for all the love and support. It means a lot. Please continue that and help me in growing this family. Thank you so much.